Buddhism, there's a popular belief, I think, that Buddhists don't believe in God. When I've talked to Zen Roshis, they say it's really a misunderstanding. And it goes with this thing you were talking about, that just depend on yourself.
Yeah. There are two philosophies of Buddhism you all know. One is the Mahajana and another is called the Hinojana or Theravada. Which Buddhistic philosophy which ran down the southern and northern, no? Northern part it went, which it became Mahajana. And the southern part it became Hinojana or Theravada. The philosophy is that the one of the group took the philosophy of this, what is this universe, what is the philosophy of this, and it is the fullness or it is wideness, and they entered more into the intricate philosophical aspect of it and applying that in life to see the seemingly things which appear it is useless, it is meaningless. So renounce. That's why whole India became monks and nuns one time. But after that, there came the Mahajana who saw that they're talking about only intellectual thing and they have given a Buddha. Then personality of Buddha is not even talked about. So they thought Buddha is to be taken and his lessons are to be taken, Jataka stories to be taken, and that's why which moved on the northern part of India, which ultimately entered into Tibet and other areas, no? So they more of the Buddha as a person and his, that's why it's different gods and goddesses and different worships of different tantric Buddha Tantra and other things all came in this direction. And if you go to the southern part, it is more of the philosophical Theravada. So these are the two divisions of the same. Suppose Sri Ramakrishna, no? Someone may take Sri Ramakrishna's philosophy only. In centuries to come, it may split like that. Someone take one aspect, someone take another aspect. I think that is the way. And now, how many divisions in Buddhism has come, no? That is, the truth remains the same, but approach is different.
Do both those groups follow the Fourfold Truth and the Eightfold Path?
Of course.
Both do.
Common principle will be same.
And what are from a Vedantic point of view, what are those?
Four truths, in Vedantic point, see, there is, what is the Four Noble Truths? Who can tell? There is suffering. That's the one point, no? So it does not need to be a Vedantic student to understand this. There is suffering in life. Tell me in this hall who does not understand what is suffering. Is there anybody? Tell me. I don't understand what you are talking. Is there any suffering? What is that language? It is known to everyone that there is suffering. And then second point is, there is a way. It's a cause of suffering. Cause of suffering. Why you suffer? Attachment. You wish something, you desire something, and if you don't get, you get frustrated. And then you lose that, then you again make another attempt. And it is a question, desire, even if you are fulfilled, then you are not satisfied there, you want more something there. So it is this desire is the driving force. And then there is a way to get out of this, no? And people have done it. Theoretically, people have done it. It's not only talk. There is a way to get out of this suffering. And that way to get out of this suffering is a very natural thing. But you can follow then all the eightfold paths. Arja, Sattva, 8 eternal truths. What are the 8 eternal truths? Who can remember? The truthfulness, honesty, building up the character as we are talking. Those are the things which has been emphasized there.
Is that the same as Niyama and Yama?
No. Yama Niyama is the language of our Raja Yoga. Patanjali's yoga system. But it may match. Sometimes you will find the similarity. But here emphasis is little on some aspect or the other aspect.
Ahimsa is a big one in Buddhism.
Which one?
Ahimsa.
Ahimsa. Ahimsa is the foundation. Not to hurt anyone, not to kill. But
Oh, I just didn't understand the word.
Ahimsa is
ahimsa is non-injury.
Harmless.
Non-injury, that is a very noble virtue. And that is, I think, in every religion it is there, the same, no? Not hurting anyone by word, thought and deed. This is a common values of life.
It seems that suffering is a given. We're here to really because we need to suffer. Suffering is inevitable.
And not, that's true.
And how we meet it, and how we deal with it, is how we become, how we build character, how we build belief, how we build faith, etc. Suffering is here.
Yeah,
all the
but the question is,
It doesn't go away.
yeah,
It was all ice cream cones and rainbows.
You're right.
yeah, suffering is, life, you look at that. If baby is born, babies cry. Unless he cries, he is not alive. You make him cry or heart cry. That means Swami Vivekananda says, this is the mystery. Your entrance in this world starts with cry. Is it not? Really look at that. No one in the world have come like we are now. Starting point was to cry. If you don't cry, they will make you cry. And then Swamiji says, what a wonderful thing. Then everyone will be happy. Everyone will be rejoicing. Oh, the baby is alive, no? Life has come. So, Swami Vivekananda says, this is the starting point of life. And all through the life, whenever we see something, you see there is a part of it which actually is a part is because our body, our mind, everywhere there is a driving force is desire. That is the point. That is the same philosophy. You go to Bhagavat, the great Hindu scripture. Asha hi paramam dukkham. There it says asha. Asha means expectation, desire. We are all kings and queens if we only don't expect anything from anyone. Is it not? This moment you say, I don't expect anything. That's all. You are queen. Someone smiles at you, thank you. Someone does not, thank you. I don't expect. But my weakness is I expect. I love that everyone will smile at you, at me, and will praise me, and will look at my good side, and don't blame me unnecessarily or necessarily. So this desire, expectation. But we need not have to run for expectation because we are full here. That's the Buddha's teaching also. Lamp, the light here. And Vedanta directly says, in you is divine, in you the fullness. You are that. So if you only know, then why you are a beggar? You are not a beggar. You are the essence of the whole sweetness and love and joy, which is called Brahman, Atman, whatever language in Hinduism they call. So if that is being the root of it, source of it, why are you crying? King Rodisi Sakhe Toi Sarva Shakti. Swami Vivekananda composed these few lines. His words are so powerful. King Rodisi Sakhe. Oh my friend, why are you in tears? Why are you crying? Toi Sarva Shakti. In you is the infinite power. Infinite power. That day, when our Center One Swami was speaking, he does not belong to our order, but he is a good spiritual person. So he comes every year for a world tour. So he said, The life is short. But important thing is that infinite potentiality is there to manifest. And we'll have to do it within this short period. Don't wait. Use the time. Given time and infinite potentiality. You can do whatever you like. People are going to the moon and now they are planning house there. They are booking money for their stay over there. Huh? And going deep into the down of the ocean. Huh? And going to the micro level in the subatomic particle. And going to the Hubble telescope, seeing the stars and galaxies, what is going on in that range. People can do everything what if they are really, really into it. So Swamiji says that power, use that power. You are saying something.
Essentially what you are saying about suffering, in the way I see out there, 10 people pay 10 different prices for pretty parallel or same suffering. So how does one prepare themselves for suffering? What is the...
It is mind only. Mind is the receptor. You know, as I said, if I develop in myself, if I can, that I don't expect anything. Let people do whatever, let people say whatever. I will do to improve my character. It is for my own awareness. And I don't pay any value to anything external unless I have to learn something out of it. If you take it this way, someone is saying the same harsh word, you will be non-reactive at all. It will not trouble you. You see, as tell me, where do you get more get wounded in your heart? When your friend, closest friend says something, you get most hurt. The person who does not know you that much passes a remark for you, you don't get so much trouble. Someone in the street you are driving and another driver says something too bad to you, he's a crazy guy, he's bad, and you don't take it. Rather you can fight against him. But when it comes from a resource which is very our own, that means you give the value. He is my own, he is my relation, he is my husband, he is my wife, he is my child, he is my daughter, he is my son. How he can do that? And then how he can do that? Aggravated, snowball effect, and it becomes a tremendous thing to absorb. That our mind is the tool, that's why it is very important to train the mind. What to take, what not to take. You remember that story of Buddha. One gentleman came and then he started saying Buddha in so many harsh language and bad cursing him. And he did for a long time. And Buddha was sitting like this. And then after, when he is exhausted, then he said, "Are you over with it?" Then he said, "Yes." Suppose, then Buddha put this question to him. Suppose you bring a gift for your friend and ultimately you give it, but he does not receive it. Where does it go back? So I have not taken anything of you, let it go back to you. This is called the Buddha state. A state, mastery of the mind, will not accept anything, trained in this way, that I don't take the praise, neither the blame, because I know these are all changing. If we have the philosophy of change, then really we will not be entangled into anything. If you know a relationship which may flicker from today one, tomorrow another, third day another, will you have that intimate love there? You cannot expect that. But you know, genuine, that's why you call genuine love. Then you can give your heart and soul and everything. So question is that we have taken for granted this world is a genuine place. With these expectations, our attachment has come and we connect with all these things in every tidbit things around. And as a result we forget where to attach and where to detach. If you see the same truth here, then you can love. But only seeing this as separate from me, and objectively if you see, you cannot have any trust on anything, because everything is changed. We use a very wrong term. We tell our friends or our anyone, oh, you are changed so much. It should be a very wrong word to say like that. Change is life. Every second we are changing. If there is no change, tell me what is not changing. If you look at the sun is changing or not? Yesterday's sun is today's sun. How much radiation gone? Every second how much energy is being radiated? We are the same. Our mind is changing, our emotions changing, our understanding, intellect is changing, our ego sense, identity is changing. So what you think in this world is permanent? That's a very serious question, and Buddha worked on that. It is called the Buddha's 12-point plan. I forgot, the paper is not with me. There it says that Pratitta Samuchaya Tattva. Pratitta means it is appearing. How to harmonize this change of appearances. Say, he starts with the question, there is suffering. Why we are suffering? The very first question naturally comes, because you are born. Suppose we are born here, no? That's why you have suffering, we have joy, we have loss, you have gain, no? Now why you are born? Because we are born, because you have some desire. I have desired something, you go to the Macy's, why? Or you go to the Trader Joe's, why? You need some item to be purchased, that's why you move your car that side. If you need something else in Los Angeles, you will go there. So what is your desire? So why I desire? Desire because you are ignorant. Ignorant of what you do not know. And you think that I will get joy by having that. And then why this ignorance comes? So it is like goes on in a circle and there is no solution of it. So to get out of it, janma marana. Because this ignorance leading to our expectations, and expectations are never fulfilled, therefore I take another birth. Oh, see, most of the people live sometimes at the point of death, they ask, okay, you have lived this life, you have accomplished so much, are you happy? You say, no, had I achieved this type of accomplishment, I would have been happy. So another desire, and that another life experience goes, another desire. So desire is endless. And this desire is happening because we do not know the truth. These changes are happening on the background of something which is unchanging. That Vedanta will say, and Buddha didn't say that. Buddha also said Nirvana. Nirvana is a state. State is a negative or positive something. That's why we talked about Ananda, who is the prime disciple. Buddha said that you be a lamp unto you. That means that light. You know that you are that light. So when you know that eternal light shining all the time, there is no darkness in that, there is no disease in that, there is no death in that, then you have accomplished the purpose of life.
But Swami, the old Swamis do die and they do suffer.
That's the body suffering, they don't identify. Our problem is that we get attached. You know, suffering, as I said, suffering is because of the attachment. If some of your dearest friends say something little unfriendly, you get most hurt. You remember that. How can you do that? I really am hurt. I don't care if anyone would have said. You said, how can you say that? See? Why? Words are the same words. It should react. It should have its effect on everyone the same. No. How receptive is your mind? how you are attached to the person or the object or anything in this world, because you give more value to one, less value to another. If we can really put less value to everything, but value to that which is inside of all of us, then world will be full of joy. There is no enemy for that person. Buddha had no enemy, Christ had no enemy. Even in the crucifixion, he is blessing people who are doing that, no? So how can it be done? There is no attachment for his own body. There is no attachment for anything in the world, which is the world of change.
Swami, one of the characteristics of great suffering is that you feel that God is not present, and because of the suffering, it becomes kind of overwhelming, or that God has abandoned you. How can you get past that?
First of all, you have to clarify yourself. How do you think God is only suffering as how joy? This is dualistic concept. God is only good, a monotheistic idea, and all bad things are done by demon or devil. There is no devil, there is no demon. Vedanta says it is one thing, on the one side is the opposite side. You take life, you take death. You cannot say, I got the life, I don't like death. Birth means death. You will have to accept it. Joy means suffering. Peace means restlessness. You take one, you will have to take the two. And it is not two reality, it is the same reality in different frequency. As I give the example, in daytime we are seeing this thing, no? There are animals who don't see during daytime anything. And night times they can see in deep darkness where we are blinded. So do you think the light is here, light wave is here, and light wave is not there in the deep darkness? Yes, they are of different frequency, which our eyes catch here, our eyes don't catch there. But those night animals, they have that wavelength is enough for them to see things. Light is there also. Which frequency? That is the question. So it is not, we mistake it that if I am in trouble and God is not helping me because God has abandoned me. No! Suffering has its own value. Please focus on this point. We learn more from suffering rather than from happy days. We don't learn anything that time. We don't need God at all.
Swami, what you have given today is amazing, that amount of information and knowledge you have shared today. Probably it will take me years to digest.
I also need to hold like that. We are all like that.
So, I would like to share with you my surface knowledge about Hinduism, Buddhism, and I would like you to make a comment on it. In my opinion, Hinduism, which had strong roots in Vedanta, over thousands of years, around 600 BC, when Buddhism originated, at that time the society had become trimodal, kings, Brahmins and slaves. And they were, Brahmins and kings were all holders and using slaves to enjoy it. So Buddhism came along to
break that.
make that.
That's another aspect of it, yeah. True, very true. Buddhism actually, as I said, in such a vast life, so many aspects of there. Buddhism, this religion and spirituality was restrained in the hand of some priests, we call Brahmins. They are the high priests, and they hold and they have the total control over the society. In every religion it has happened, no?
Power.
Power. And To learn anything, you have to go to them because they are the holders. Not that time there's not printing press and everything is available. That now, like today, you can go to Google search and find all the whole world religion. Really, the whole world is there. So you have to go to a teacher, and how the teacher teaches you, that is your knowledge about the scripture. So Buddha said that this, as Swami Vivekananda said this time, it was restrained within the fold of few high class people in the society to make it broadcast for everyone, every home. So Buddha brought that philosophy of that same thing in a new dimension for everyone. There is no Brahminism is the only religion in Indian context. Caste system has its good side. It started with a noble aspect. Every society, ideal society, has this caste. 4 caste is there, and really it is important. But to give emphasis on one over the other, that has created the trouble. No, everyone, each is great in his own place. Swami Vivekananda said that you may be a good professor and lecturer. You may be proficient in your lecturing, but can you do as a shoemaker when he does his own shoes, not in machines now, but in handmade, can you do that? Can you have that efficiency? You being a professor, you may be great in your field, he is great in his field. So when these values were lost and Brahmins are getting the highest and they are controlling their hand, or sometimes it happened in India, the Kshatriyas, the power, the kingly power to hold. You know, in Christianity it happened. When the religion went to the power of the
popes.
Huh?
The popes,
Huh.
for example.
Huh. And then what happened? The king's religion, it became king's religion. You follow, then you are okay. You don't follow, then you will have the atrocities.
But in America too, it's called Congress.
Congress. so that Buddha actually abolished that caste system, the negativities of the caste system. It became such horrible. Even now we hear little stray news in South India and other parts in the villages, and because you are born in a low caste, so you have to be, other high class society will look upon you like that. You will have this opportunity, you will have not that opportunity. So these are the things, and it went to the climax in different times of the history in India. Swamiji was totally used to cry seeing the horrible condition of the Shudras, who are working class people, because they are helpless, they have no power, dominated by others, and they are called untouchable. If you touch me, then you will be penalized. So this type of discrimination has to be abolished, and Buddha did it first. That's the great contribution of Buddha.
I have a question about when we leave our bodies, why some people are buried and some are cremated.
Oh, so that is a custom that has nothing to do. When the body goes out of the soul leaves.
Right.
What it matters you.
So it doesn't.
No. See, both brings to the same thing.
Yeah.
You cremate, the flesh and bones and everything turns into ashes. You put it into, bury it.
Right.
It dissolves and dissolves, disintegrates and disintegrates. It goes to the earth element and other element. 5 elements. Whether you cremate it or whether you bury it, the 5 elements will go back to their own causes.
Okay.
When you last breathe, breath is no more here. So air goes to air. The earth element, which rice, potatoes, chickens, whatever we ate, all this made this body, it goes back to ashes in their own origin. The body heat, it goes to the cosmic heat. Then what it remains? Water. Water, of course, when you cremate, it goes to the vaporized. You put it underground, it mixes with the air element. So all the 5 elements we borrowed from this material earth to build this body, it goes back to them. So what it matters, whether some custom of a society does this or some tradition does this. For us Vedanta it has no value. For me at least.
Will you be
Yes.
cremated or will you be buried?
I have no desire. So when I die, no, it is the business of those people who will be around. It is their problem.
But some are buried. Brahmins are buried.
Yes.
Yes, I heard that the theories and scientists and all that, they said that water has memory, and when we die, our flesh body cells has memory structure and buried inside.
Oh.
So we don't want to remain.
You don't remain in the cells. You remain. What?
The body,
Body.
yeah.
Body. What?
The memories remain in the body
Huh.
after the soul leaves it.
Okay. Okay. But yes.
But cremation and burial, cremation is a tragedy for funeral homes. They don't make any money.
Yeah, you have to purchase the soil, no? Here you need more money because you have to bury it, means you have to purchase the soil, earth, and other expenses are high-end expenses.
More expensive.
Yeah, well, and the customers come and put flowers.
Yeah.
So that's the business part.
Yeah, but philosophically, if you look at that, the soul which leaves the body, as in your dream, you create another body of yours, is it not? In the dream, that body and this body are same? No. So that body will go. In that body, all the impressions which I am having now, it carries that. So that is the cause of reincarnation again. That is the normal idea.
Thank you. Swami, you talked about metriamas, friendship, going
Maitri.
So, if I get to a certain level of nirvana or a state of beingness that I'm really comfortable and feeling good about, and then I go develop friendships, which are now more than likely because of the attachments, when we talked before, it's gonna create some pain, or because of those people, then it's kind of a double-edged sword, isn't it? I mean, if I'm comfortable in my own beingness, but then I go create friendships, now it's gonna take me off kilt a little bit, but with those attachments. So how do I continue to balance or grow between the friendships and
that there is something to see the friendship means how can you be friendly unless you find something similar of yours in others, no? So if we try to see the some reality which is common with me, that is the same. In Vedanta it is very simple. In you is God. In me is God. External costume is body, external thing is mind. My mindset is different, your mindset is different. But inside is the same light which animates the mind. Your mind, my mind, everyone's mind. Inside that same consciousness which animates the intellect, ego. So we differ in these areas. But if you can penetrate deep into the Maitri, love, into that soul who is inside, the light, effulgence, consciousness, that tie, we have to breathe that way. You cannot breathe in the external. There will be differences. Because mind, according to the clarity of the mind, according to the clarity of the intellect, people will be in a higher level, lower level, and beastly nature, divine nature is all we are talking in the level of this mind, intellect, ego, emotion level. If those factors are given up, you same, I am same. Let us see, when you go to sleep, say a person who is very loving, compassionate, and a very cruel person, very mean, they put them side by side, let them sleep. And when they are not sleeping, not dreaming, only in deep sleep, is any difference between these two guys? He also feels the joy of deep sleep, and this person also feels, because the level of the mind, intellect, emotion, ego, these are off, disconnected now. So as it happens into that state of deep sleep, if we can practice in our spiritual discipline in such a way that I don't look at the surface, our visions are stuck with the surface relationship, surface feature of the person, or sweet few words of the person, or emotions of that person, or intellectual ability of that person attract me. So we get stuck there or we get repelled there. The spiritual life is not to trust on these superficial identities of our personality, but go back to that which animates all these levels. So if we practice Maitri, friendship, in that level, yes, day by day we can see. That's why the saintly people can see. There is a story. One holy man was beaten to almost death, and when he was brought back to the monastery and he was being taken care of, and after long treatment he came back to senses, the first word he had, someone is asking, who did this to you? Who has beaten you? He said, he who is feeding me milk now, he has beaten me. This is possible. This is really possible. Because there is no enemy. This is only the body mind. You are talking about the dress. I am wearing this dress, you are wearing that dress. We judge by the dress outside. Too much superficial people, they only see the beauty outside. They don't see the inner beauty. That's why material outlook, relationship gets destroyed if someone has a beautiful and falls sick and become really a little not that beautiful. The relationship breaks. That's why you call superficial relationship. But the love should be so deep. It is a love in inside, inmost recess of all of us, the same power, same energy, same truth, same love. There we have to connect. That's why even in Hindu marriage, they say, it is not the love between the body and the body, but it's the love of the soul to the soul. They call, beautiful word. It says, Navare Pattukamayo Patipriyo Bhavati. It is in the Chandogya Upanishad. It is one of the grandest Upanishad. He is saying, not that the Pati, Pattukama, for the husband. No one loves the husband because of the husband, but because of the Atman, that consciousness, that source of all blessedness and joy is in the husband. And similarly, no one loves the wife because of the wife, but because of the Atman or the light or the consciousness or the bliss which is inside the heart of that wife. And that is the source of love. And our marriage is to reach that union of oneness. See what a grand idea of marriage.
Yes.
We should all apply in our life. To respect your wife as a veritable representative of the divine, and to respect your husband, a veritable representative. But you cannot do that because we have our personalities, body, mind, emotion, ego, intellect. But you have to penetrate these four, and then you see the same love. Love is possible only when you go to deep depth. We forget our personalities, we forget our emotions, we forget our wrongdoing, right doing, and analysis of all this superficial, go deep. This is called love.
I like that Buddhist saying about holding on to a hot coal. That Buddha says it's up to you. You can just let go of it at any time. But it's not that easy.
It's easy to go because
you want to shake it off.
Yeah, but what has happened? We have glued our hand with attachment. Attachment we have glued in our hand. If you have a glue in your hand and you touch something, now you try. Ramakrishna gave the example. Ramakrishna gave an example. He said that there is a fruit which is called jackfruit. You have any idea in this country?
Yes.
Jackfruit. Jackfruit you can get it if you go to the some store, vegetable stores. And in Asian stores you will find it. In India it is very popular, very, very sweet fruit. It comes in the hot summer and ripens. It's very tasteful. But big with a green. But Sri Ramakrishna said, if you don't know how to break the jackfruit, suppose you do like this, it's sticky. Things are so sticky inside. If it once sticks around you, how much oil you put and try to get out, it will not be possible. That's why Ramakrishna said, you smear your hand first with oil and then break the jackfruit. You can enjoy the jackfruit. The sticky thing will not. So that Ramakrishna said, realize God first.
Was that all?
Yes, I didn't respond to your question. Please tell me. You.
Oh, me? Oh, well, I actually had a message for you. There's a Swami that is like, keeps walking from and touching my ear, and it was to your left, and he died within the last 2 to 5 years, and he just wanted to let you know that he's around.
He's around?
He just kept coming through.
Are you psychic?
Yeah.
Was his name Trabuco?
I don't know his name. I couldn't get that.
Used to be
But
the
he
head
was coming in
Swami
really
here.
strong, like a bright yellow, and it was just keep coming in my vision. Kept coming over here, and I was like, okay, I'll say something. Because he knows I can do it.
He is listening to our discussion. He is enjoying it.
Probably Tadat.
Swami, what time is your Hollywood start tomorrow?
10 o'clock to,
Okay.
it goes up to 5 o'clock maybe.
Okay. Thank you.
You can come anytime. Lunch will be at 1:20. Okay.
What is the soul? What is the soul? Is it simply
What is
the soul?
soul?
Is it simply desire system that gets reincarnated?
Yes, soul is very difficult to describe, but our scripture has described. I give you a concrete example to understand very easily. Now this is the soul is inside, that's why this body is functioning, hand is moving, no? Mouth is talking, eyes are seeing. Huh? But when this body does not work and you go to sleep, then what happens? You dream. You dream. Huh? That is your soul. And that soul transmigrates. That soul comes now here, and that soul enters into deep sleep. It is there, but you don't find the expression. Normally it is said when you die, that soul which you have, in your dream what you have. Analyze yourself, what you have. You have 2 eyes, is it not, in your dream body? Think of your dream body. Ears, nose, like that. But this is not the gross like that. It is subtle. And you cannot see it by your eyes. This eye cannot see. But there is another eye. So it is called these 17 items make our soul or subtle body. And this soul transmigrates. Because it has the desire to have this, have that, have that, have that. And when it dissociates from that, and can attain to that perfection of the joy, absolute joy, it does not seek for things in the outside. And when it touches that another step inward, then they become fully blessed.
Just to get something clear, soul is not the Atman, where soul gets...
No, Atman is that which does not go, does not come. Atman is everywhere. It is Wi-Fi.
Eternal Wi-Fi. Absolutely.
Okay, we have only few minutes time. We'll read the Gita, Bhagavad Gita. But we have spent more time for question answer.
That's good.
Eh?
That's good.
Okay.
It's a living scripture.